Is Acadia National Park actually worth fighting these crowds for? Or should you just explore the rest of Maine instead? Here's my dilemma with Acadia during most of the year in one shot. Scenic coastline on the left and continuous foot and vehicle traffic on the right. Maine is absolutely stunning, and you don't need to be inside Acadia to experience that beauty. But there are some specific spots in Acadia worth braving the masses for, and hidden areas most tourists completely miss. Here's what you need to know before you go. Acadia welcomes about 4 million visitors each year. Most of them visit July through October. If you're like me, you prefer your natural beauty without scores of other people. Crowded campgrounds and selfie seekers can be a real drag on an otherwise pleasant trip. I say visit during the off season if you can. If you need to wait for kids to be out of school or want to see peak fall colors though, stay tuned for some tips to help plan your stay here that will minimize the impact of crowds on your enjoyment of the park. So here's my honest answer. Acadia is worth it if you know where to go and what to skip. Let me break down exactly what deserves your time. Cadillac Mountain is the most popular tourist spot in the park. A reservation is required to drive to the parking lots at the summit. A separate reservation is required for sunrise for the privilege of being one of the first in the U.S. to see a new day dawn. In season, the sunrise reservations are nearly impossible to obtain, with all of them being gone within minutes of becoming available on recreation.gov. The regular day passes will have time slots available at some point during your visit. As you can see from this footage, it's never going to be deserted at the summit. However, the 360-degree view of the island is worth braving the crowds for. Pick a convenient time on what's forecast to be a clear day and enjoy a truly stunning view. The $6 permit is one of the best deals going. Head to recreation.gov or the app and search for Cadillac Summit Road vehicle reservations. Alternatively, if you're a hiker, you can take several moderate hikes to the summit without reservations or fees. Unsurprisingly, these are often busy. Check the NPS website descriptions of Cadillac North Ridge Trail, Cadillac South Ridge Trail, or Cadillac Mountain North Ridge Loop for details. Any way you slice it, make this stop one of the places you go on your trip. If you're willing to drive a bit, you can fully escape the crowds. Take a trip 30 minutes west of Bar Harbor and the parts of Acadia near this popular town, and you can actually find some solitude and even some unpaved roads near Southwest Harbor. On the afternoon that I explored here, I saw no vehicles at all on the Long Pond Fire Road or Western Mountain Road. Both are marked as guided trails and OnX Off-Road and also show up on the official NPS map. You can easily spend half a day enjoying the solitude of this part of the island. Have a picnic at Long Pond, Seal Cove Pond, or stop in Bass Harbor and have a tasty meal at the Seafood Catch restaurant and enjoy the views of the harbor. Getting some dirt on your tires can be hard at a national park. These easy, well-maintained trails are enough to scratch the itch and get you to some scenic spots well off the beaten path. Willing to go even further? It's worth it to go an hour east of the Bar Harbor area to the Schoodic Peninsula. Part of Acadia is here, but it's separated from the main part on Mount Desert Island. Most tourists won't get here, and that's why it's worth your time. You can get some of the same rugged coastal scenery you see south of Bar Harbor, but without the same amount of people. North of the park, there are even a couple of easy guided trails and Onyx off-road to explore if you want to make a day of it. If you do, stop at the Pickled Wrinkle for lunch or dinner. So what's not worth it? The most crowded sites on the Loop Road south of Bar Harbor, Sand Beach and Thunder Hole. With the exception of one late afternoon during our visit, the parking areas for these were always full and the footpaths always mobbed. Sand Beach was a nice beach, but honestly I'm not in Maine to sit on a beach. The water here is generally not above 60 degrees, even in the summer, so I'll get my beach fix elsewhere, thanks. Thunder Hole? Admittedly, I wasn't able to be here when the tide was coming in and it was thundering. However, all the selfie seekers climbing over the railings to get a shot of themselves turned me off. The first weekend we were there, one of them had to be medevaced after falling in. Go a little further south on the Loop Road and visit Otter Cove and Little Hunter Beach instead. Let's talk about some logistics for your trip. Best times to visit, dressing for the weather, cell service, park reservations, lodging, and dining options. The best time to visit is going to depend on your appetite for crowds and what you want to see. Late spring, May through June, has mild weather, blooming wildflowers, and most businesses will be open. Crowds will be smaller than in the summer. Summer, July through August, sees the peak crowds, but everything is open and the weather is ideal for outdoor activities. Be prepared for peak pricing on lodging, though. Early fall, primarily the first 2 weeks of September, is probably the best for seeing some color in the trees without the full leaf viewing crowds of late September through mid-October. Most everything is still open, and during the week it is fairly quiet. Winter, mid-October through April, most things will be closed and prices will be lowest, but only those seeking the greatest solitude or winter activities like cross-country skiing or snowshoeing will likely brave the cold and weather. Pack for variable island weather. Have layers, rain gear, and be prepared for things to potentially change quickly. For cell service, check your carrier's coverage maps. On the mainland and in Bar Harbor, you can assume you'll have coverage, but on some other areas of the island, you may not. You'll need a private vehicle pass at $35 per week at the time of this video for entry and parking in Acadia. As mentioned, Cadillac Summit has its own reservations at $6 per vehicle. All of these are available from recreation.gov. There are numerous hotels, motels, inns, and the usual short-term rentals available. There are 3 park campgrounds: Blackwoods south of Bar Harbor, Seawall near Southwest Harbor, and Schoodic Woods near Winter Harbor. These park campgrounds can be reserved on recreation.gov as well. There are various private camps and cottages available in the area too. There isn't much in the way of true dispersed camping nearby, though. With the exception of a few places I already noted, most dining options are in Bar Harbor. They tend to be a bit pricey, comparable to top 10 city center U.S. prices. Definitely have some lobster, mussels, or other fresh seafood while here, though. The blueberry pies are another local treat. There are some small markets in places like Otter Creek and Southwest Harbor, and a supermarket in Bar Harbor if you're eating at camp. There are also shopping and dining options just off the island in Ellsworth if you want to provision on your way into the park. Is Acadia worth it? Yes, but not the way most people do it. Skip the crowded main attractions everyone talks about. Focus on Cadillac Mountain for the views, Southwest Harbor unpaved roads for the overlanding experience, and Schoodic Peninsula for the solitude. Do it that way, and Acadia absolutely earns its reputation. Try to hit all the tourist hotspots, and you'll wonder why you bothered when the rest of Maine is just as beautiful without the hassle. What do you think? What has your experience with Acadia been? Comment below with your thoughts, and if you found this video helpful, please like it and subscribe for more Mid-Atlantic Overland content. Thanks!